Hey, what's up, y'all, and welcome back. Or welcome if this is your first time. So much that I need to just discuss, that I need to talk about. Like, it's crazy. Life has been happening. I literally have not came out with an episode since July of 2020, and I started this podcast in June of 2020. So I only have 8 episodes. And let me just start kind of like from where I left off there and then travel on up. So I had this idea, like 2020, as we all know, was just crazy, right? 2020 was crazy, stressful, like just sitting there thinking, like, what am I going to do next? Like, I graduated that year and graduation was just different. Like, it was just, like that whole year, I had plans, ideas, and it was kind of shattered. And so doing this podcast was kind of like a light at the end of the tunnel. And someone helped me come up with the name Easy Breezy Millennial Girl. And I did 8 episodes, like I said. Kind of stopped because like I had a whole list. Like I can show you like on my phone, like because I put everything kind of like in my notes, and then I also have like this notepad. And so, when I get ideas, I put everything like literally, because I'm literally always on my phone. So I put everything in my notes. And I have like literally 20, probably 40, because I have 2 different notes. It's weird. But like 40 different topic ideas, different, things that I could do to be interactive on social media, like all this extra stuff. And after that, it was just like, okay, I'm not really feeling this name. I'm not really feeling how I'm doing. Like, I'm not really feeling this art. I'm not really feeling like just all this extra stuff, right? And so within that, also I was just like, well, what am I going to talk about next? Like, what should I talk about next? Like, then I'm like, well, I've watched so many podcasts. There's really not many podcasts where there's one person just talking. Like, it was hard for me to just sit up there and like literally just talk about a topic by myself with no one else to like kind of have a conversation with, or to like interact, or to give a different opinion. So then I was caught up on that, and I was just like, okay, well, since I still haven't came out with another episode yet, I'm gonna do Instagram Live. And so this started like September, I want to say. It was like September into October. And I basically just rediscussed the episodes that I already did with some of my close friends. And that did really well, but then after that, I was like, okay, girl, what's next? So then I started focusing on just getting my following up on my Instagram page, because I'm like, okay, well, if I have more followers, they'll be more interactive, and then maybe I can like ask them what they want to hear, or whatever. So then I started focusing on that. So I have the road to 1,000, and I'm celebrating Black-owned businesses. When I reach a certain following, you'll get a free gift from this business, or get a free something, whatever. And so after that, it's like, okay, time is just going, and still no episode, right? And so I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, it was just so much going on. Then in the midst of all this, of course, just me living life, I still have to work. I still have to be a mom. I still have to, just do all these other things. So it was starting to become a lot. And I kind of got in a lazy spirit, but at the same time, like it was lazy, but it was really me just being a perfectionist and saying, okay, I want this. I don't want to come out with anything and it's not right, or I don't like it, because I'm very indecisive. That's one thing that I can like. I am a true Libra when it comes to that. Like, I am very indecisive. And so with that, I'm a perfectionist. So I kind of want, okay, if I have this idea, I want it to be like that. And the weird thing about that is I might actually like something. For instance, I love the name when it was, brought to me. I love the art when I made it. months later, I'm like, I don't like this anymore. And it's not that I don't like the name or the art that I originally made. It's really the fact that it was kind of too girly, and I didn't want guys to be like, oh, I'm not gonna listen to her because it's pink and purple and glitter and all this extra stuff. And I just feel like it's no, you know what I'm saying? And that might not even have anything to do with it, but that's just my thinking. And then also some of the topics that I discussed were, you know, of course, like only relatable to women. Um, and so I was just like, I just kind of need to shift it a little bit so that when people look at it and people hear about it, they're not just like, well, what kind of, you know, because every podcast has a theme, right? And so I just didn't want people to be like, is it about makeup? Is it about, because it's like Easy Breezy Millennial Girl, like, it's about makeup, it's about, like, I just wanted people to like, you know, so Unpredictable Conversations is like literally just that. Like, it's talking about different various topics, nothing specific. And that's why like my tagline is kind of like all of the above, because I really do like, I don't have any, like, I could talk about motherhood, but maybe I want to talk about this, or maybe I want to talk about pop culture, or maybe I want to talk about love or health, lifestyle, like all of that. So I'm just like, okay, Unpredictable Conversations, cool. Within that, I'm making art, all this extra stuff, don't like it. So then I'm like, okay, well, let me start and try to just like, maybe I'll just do like a once a week thing on Instagram where I'm just talking about pop culture and just putting my opinions, you know, on what's going on this week in pop culture. So I did Breezy's Take. Cute idea. At the time, like the art was cute. I'm like, okay, like this is nice. I did 3 little episodes of that. Nothing after. Nothing. So I think my biggest issue is staying consistent with anything. I'll have all of these ideas in my head. Literally, I will plan. Like you guys can see, I don't want to show y'all because it's like bad handwriting, but literally dates on this from January, February of last year, 2021, July. Like I've been planning and just not executing because I'm overthinking about it, or I'm just like, well, I need to have this. Like, for instance, one reason why I really didn't have my second season come out is because I'm like, okay, I want to get my microphone set up that my best friend got me. I want to get a camera. I don't want to keep using my phone. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get a camera, bought a camera. So like it's just all of the, then I'm like, well, I want to make videos because I was actually using my phone to record, but I wasn't, you know, doing the video. I was just doing the audio, right? And so I was like, well, I actually want to start doing videos. So I'm like, I can't come out with another episode till all of this is right and working. And so I done bought so many different things, all of this, and it's like I didn't even really need to do that. I could have just been like, I'm using my phone right now, y'all. Like I'm using my phone right now. And so I'm upset that I kind of just always have that like in the back of my mind, like, well, it has to be done like this and it has to be, you know, perfect. Cause for real, your phone is just as useful, if not probably more like efficient than, you know, actual equipment like a microphone or like a camera or whatever the case may be. Um, and so, yeah, I'm still trying to work on that, but I just all up in my head, just trying to think like, okay, what would be, you know, good topics to discuss? What would be like, I was just so like all over the place. And maybe that was the issue too. Like saying, okay, well, I'm going to work on this art. And then something else pops in my head. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to work on this while I'm still working on that. Like, girl, if you don't focus on one thing at a time and just get it done, like, cause why? So, let me see. I did like a lot of rebranding with this. Like I came up with Unpredictable Podcast, Unpredictable Conversations, the podcast. And so the idea, you know, like the art that I had was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was cute. It was fun. It was still like, it still kind of had that girly touch to it. And I'll try to like insert pictures in here just to show you, but I literally went through so many different just logos, so many different yeah, like I hate being just such a perfectionist or just like always thinking like, well, is this cute though? Like, is this good? Like, just be second guessing. Um, but I went through so many of those, and it was hard. And I was talking to my friend Sydney about rebranding, because I'm like, I feel like I done just came up with so many different things and all this, and she was like, it's okay, like, you know what I'm saying, you have to keep doing it till you get it right. Like, there's really no, like, you can do everything by a book, you know what I'm saying, like, you could do everything by the book, but it'll still, like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. If your heart isn't really all the way in it, it's not all the way in it. So it's nothing wrong with changing it. But I just felt like, I'm like, I literally done had a rebrand like 3 times, and people really don't even know, like, why did I do that to myself? So it's been crazy. I've kind of had a moment where I was just thinking like, did I rush into like making a podcast? Like, was I even ready? Like, should I have waited? Like, should I have really thought about it? Which I did, but I'm like, should I have waited? Should I have just, so all of this stuff was just like really just going in my mind. And I hate that I was thinking that way, but at the same time, it is what it is. You live and you learn, right? So, yeah, 2021 for me last year was just, I get so frustrated when I think about it, because when I tell you I was planning, yeah, girl was planning. Like, I'm like, it's my 1 year anniversary of the podcast, which was in June, I want to say. And I was just like, okay, what am I gonna do for my anniversary? Like, I didn't even, like, I could have did like a little special podcast episode, and I didn't even do, like, it was just so much going on, y'all. And like, I'm just literally looking at all of this, like, I had so many ideas, so many, and I write the date purposely on everything just so I can like be like, yeah, your girl been thinking like this, and it has come to pass, or it still hasn't come to pass. So, but I do y'all have moments like that where y'all just like, either y'all have all of these ideas and you try to execute every single one, that it just doesn't work out and you end up like not executing it at all? Or do you like start something and then you start something else and then you don't finish that first thing? Or do you just like have all of these ideas? I feel like I just said that, but like, you have all these ideas and you're just like, okay. Like, literally, I've had so, like, okay, here's the thing. Also, I try to have like a planner, and I try to plan. Okay, so Tuesday I'm recording, Wednesday I'm editing, Thursday, Friday I'll put like, whatever the schedule would be. Those days come, I'll be so tired, y'all. Like, I have to be at work at 4:30 in the morning. That's it. That's the line. I have to be at work at 4:30 in the morning. And so with that, like I said, work, being a mom, so I have to take care of Zamir, making sure he is good. And at the same time, I try to record when no one is home, so that you don't hear him in the background, and I don't have to stop and, tend to him. And I just be tired. Like, I be tired. I be having to run errands. I be having to do just like cook, clean, like just all this extra stuff. And this just gets put on the back burner. And I try to be consistent, and it's just, I don't know, y'all. Like, if y'all have tips on how to be consistent, let your girl know. Cause that's one thing that I struggle with is being consistent, as far as just content creating, I guess. Um, and being patient and trying to understand like the timing of things, like the right time to release something, or like the right time to say something, right time to do something, um just all of that. So I've just been stressed, but I'm back, and I just want y'all to hold me accountable, because it was one friend who seen me at work and she was like, girl, what happened to your podcast? Like, what's going on? I'm like, listen, life been and she's like, that's okay, like we need to sit down, figure it out, like plan it, like what's the issue. And thank you, girl, because I like really needed to hear that, like to know, first of all, to know that people are like actually listening and like actually like interested, because I don't have a big following, and I don't know why I expected to have a big following out the gate. But you know what I'm saying, just to know that people are like actually like they want to hear what I have to say, or like they're, that was good. And then also just her being like, it's okay, like, but you can figure it out, like all you have to do is sit down, plan, all this extra stuff. So that kind of gave me that extra push. But even from that conversation to now, it's been a while. So but y'all just hold me accountable, okay? Because sometimes, life be laughing, and sometimes I just don't know how to juggle it all, even though I feel like I'm a great juggler of things. I'm a great multitasker. um but at the same time, you juggle too much, something is bound to fall, like literally. And it just so happened that this was the thing, but it's cool. Like I said, I'm back and I'm better. Okay, period. So make sure you guys follow my Instagram, Easy Breezy Podcast, which I might be changing that name. I was trying not to, but I might be changing that name. But just follow Easy Breezy Podcast on Instagram. Follow my personal page, _star in the making. Follow my YouTube channel, or subscribe to my channel, Start in the Making TV, because videos will be uploaded there. And just let me know like what y'all want to hear. Like maybe this could be like a pop culture podcast, or I can talk about actual different topics. Like I said, I have like 40 topics, and I just haven't found the time to actually sit down and talk to you guys about it. So let me know what y'all think. All right, but until then, I will talk to y'all later. All right, bye.